Hey, this is Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by
Ole from Greybeards.
Just great to be chatting to you tonight. Congratulations on your album, which is due to be released tomorrow, For the Wilder Minds. How are the band feeling right now, and what feedback have you had to date from the fans and media?
Well, thanks, mate. It feels super great since we've been... it's a bit over 3 years since we released the first album, and we finally get to prove what the Greybeards sound really is. And so I think that's the most important thing. We feel like this is our piece of music. This is our way of showing how Greybeards sound, and it sounds amazing to finally release it. It's been a long journey, but it's super fun. So yeah, it's nice.
Can you tell us about the songwriting, what the album ideas came from, and the main inspiration?
Well, music-wise, I think me and Ingmar, the guitarist, we all are very Foo Fighters influenced in the way they are making music. Like, don't have too much boundaries, but doing a pretty fresh, cool rock and roll sound. Still modern, but still not caring too much about what kind of influences they are using. So I think that part of Foo Fighters will be with us. But then I think it's a lot of punk rock, a lot of metal in the influence, a lot of Billy Talent, we love Billy Talent, and a lot of Beatles as well. So a lot of different influences in that matter. Coming from the inspiration to lyric-wise, I think it began with the journey with a lot of breakups, relationship breakups in the band. So it started out to be a pretty mellow, pretty dark album, but things are changing, and we are a bunch of pretty happy guys. So I think it turned out to be quite a story about life, ups and downs, and the way of being a human being, I think. Yeah.
For those that are unfamiliar with the Greybeards, can you tell us where the name came from? Why are you called the Greybeards?
We've been telling a lot of lies on this question for a while, but nowadays we started telling the truth. Yeah, we formed the band in 2012. We needed a band name. We all played the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the best fucking game ever, video game. And there's a couple of dragon priests in the game called the Greybeards, so we kind of stole it.
If I was totally new to the Greybeards, which two songs from the new album would you introduce me to the band?
1 in a Billion and Too Fast to Sleep, I think. Those are kind of 1 in a Billion feels like just this kind of us being as heavy and as catchy as we can at the same time. And I think Fast to Sleep is a bit heavy, but still has some unique sound that kind of widens us in a way. But it's a tough question. I like the songs on this album. I really do, and there's so many different sounds, but it still sounds like a complete piece of music. So I would like to show you the whole album.
a release party?
We are going to support Moustache, which is it's a really big Swedish rock band playing in a local town on Wednesday. And we're releasing the album tomorrow, so it's gonna be like we're celebrating the album on a personal level tonight, Thursday, and then next week we're gonna play at this. It's gonna be quite a massive gig, sold out club scene in our hometown. So that would probably serve as kind of a release for the album, because then we're heading on tour on the Friday next Friday. So yeah, it's a hectic time right now.
Of course, do you come over to the UK, don't you? You're looking forward to that?
We do, yeah. Of course we do. It's just beginning playing the Underworld in Camden is. I've always heard about that place for a long time. So it's a big honor, and it's just gonna be. I think Bonafide. We've met him before. Great guys, especially Pontus, the vocalist. He's super nice guys. Even though they are like twice our age, but it's gonna be a social experiment to live with them for over 2 weeks in a tour bus. But I think it's gonna work out great. So it's gonna be a blast. And the fact that it's the middle of May and not like January, because I was over in London in beginning of February, and it was grey and cold. But maybe it always is in England, isn't it?
Well, bad news for you, it's grey and cold still. It really is. So what can we expect from Greybeards live?
I must say tight, because we are rehearsing quite a lot. Because it's, when you finally, when you feel like you've gotten the practice you need, and you feel like everyone's enjoying this song because everyone is feeling like, shit, this is starting to sound pretty good. I think we always strive to reach that point where it feels fun to play, because we feel like now we sound as good as we can, and hopefully that's pretty good. That's up to the audience to decide. So we really rehearse a lot, and that makes it sound really powerful and tight and really cool rock and roll all the way through. Hopefully just people like the songs and like us. But we are gonna deliver as much as we possibly can.
So of course you go out with Bonafide and you play with Moustache. What other bands would you like to tour with, mainly from your country, even? Because there's so many amazing bands from Sweden.
There are, good bands. Graveyard are releasing their new album soon. Work with the same producer as us, and must say, we've looked up to Graveyard for a long time, and this new album seems to be super nice. So touring with Graveyard would be super fun, as well as Moustache, as we're going to support on this local gig. Touring with them would be nice. Deadlord, they are touring all the time. I think they are in their 30s or something, so they've probably been a band for 10 years or so. We played with them for 3 years ago, and they are touring all the time mostly in Germany. And
right.
I think touring with them would be just super fun, because they seem, when we met them, they were really cool, and I think they're still as cool as they were then. So that would be super fun. And abroad, it's Foo Fighters. That would be the number one touring companion.
Can you remember the first time you ever played live and how it felt to have people watching you?
Oh shit! I think so. I do really. I think it's on tape. It was a local school concert when I was 12 or 13. Sang "Knocking on Heaven's Door"
Awesome.
in front of the whole school. That was not the best performance I've ever done, but it was the first. Yeah, with Greybeards, we told that story many times as well. But when we started, we came from different bands. Me and the bass player came from one band, and Ingmar from another band, and Nicholas just started playing. I think we met at high school, and decided to play "Best of You," the Foo Fighters song, at a school concert, and we just felt like it. That kind, when things just click. I don't know if I'll ever experience that again, but it was just, we felt like we need to be a band, and since that performance, has just been Greybeards.
Which are your 2 favourite albums of all time, and what do they mean to you personally?
I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. The first one, because it came long before the first one. Iron Maiden, Brave New World. One of my absolute favorite albums, and the band that really got me into music. And I got in touch with them when I was like 7 or 8, and I got the Rock in Rio DVD from my, I think it was my cousin, and watched it, and that was Rock in Rio. The live DVD was from the Brave New World tour, and so that album really got me into music, and it's still one of my absolute favorite albums. So Iron Maiden, Brave New World. The second one is Architects, Daybreaker. So it's British all the way.
Brilliant. Well, what's the most memorable concert you've been to other than your own, and why?
I mean, it would be easy to say Foo Fighters in Gothenburg 2015, since Dave broke his leg. That was quite an experience. But still, it was like, there was so much media about it, and everyone talked about it, and it was like, yeah, and I mean, that was a cool gig, but not as memorable as seeing a band that's really, really, really good. And I think that must, when I saw the Hives for the first time.
Okay.
Might be, yeah. It's tough. It's a tough question, because I've seen so many great concerts, but every time I see the Hives, I just feel, every time I see them, I think I've seen them like 4 or 5 times, I just feel like this is the best live band in the world. So I don't know if they really like touched me as much as Iron Maiden did the first time I saw them, or so, but they are so fucking good. Every time I see them, I just feel like this is the best live band in the world. So talking about touring, we would love to tour with them, but I mean, they are the best at being crazy on stage and still sounding super, super good.
So what would you say Greybeards' motto in life is?
Be a band, be best friends, and just travel around the world with our music. I think that's our motto, and I think that's the case. We just want to have fucking fun together, and hopefully sell some records as well.
Can you tell us why we should buy For the Wilder Minds?
For the Wilder Minds is such a passionate piece of music, with all the way from us really writing the best piece of music we can, from having a bunch of cool songs, I think, from the first album, now really building a piece of music that we love. Doing that with Attitude Recordings, we're never going to meet anyone who believes as much in us as they have done. And produced by Chips Kishby from Sator, and especially now, because we saw him play this weekend, and he feels like in his band, he works the same way as we do in our band, like social-wise. I think he fell into the band as a fifth piece, and he just really built this band to be better than we could have been before, and had a lot of fun. So it's just a great collaboration with the best songs we can possibly write. So go and buy it.
Festival or small intimate gig?
Small intimate.
Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Meatballs or beer?
Beer.
ABBA, Ace of Base, or a head in a cold bucket of water?
ABBA, all the way.
Donald Trump or IKEA?
IKEA.
Do you have any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Just going to be such a pleasure to go over to UK. I've been there a couple of times. We've been there before, but now we're really going to go there and play our asses off and try to do as best as we can. And just come to the gigs and have a great time. Come and say hi, and I can't wait. Hi guys, this is Ole from Greybeards, and you're listening to the Metal Gods Meltdown.